Welcome back to round 4. I'm hoping to get round 3. There was a little recording issue. It was against Merfolk. I 2-0'd. Game 1 I just valued. I had infinite mana, but I didn't have Ballista because I used Ballista as an early value play. Then he exiled it with a Relic, but I just used infinite mana to draw pretty much my entire deck and play it. Game 2 I comboed and killed him in response to a Gutcha on Vizier. This hand's good. I'm going to try to get match 3 in. I'm going to try to show it somehow. It was a decent match just to show that the deck really, again, just beats up on decks that don't have any interaction. Opponent mulliganed to 5, put a card on the bottom. Scalding Tarn. Could be Grixis Death Shadow, could be the new deck. I think I'll shock here. Playing Bird because I do have Seer in hand, just to be able to play black easier. Also, I really have no desire to attack. Okay, into a Watery Grave, Fatal Push my Bird. Sure, I am happy with that, Grixis Death Shadow. Less removal from my Devoted Druid. Looks like the opponent kept a 1-land hand. Nope. I have no idea why they're doing the second main. Thoughtseize. Yes. Okay. Goodbye, Devoted Druid. Or Company. Probably Druid. Yep. So this way I will have enough mana for Collected Company next turn. If my opponent wants to spend their removal spells when they have 3 cards in hand on Mana Dorks, I'm okay with that. They can probably Inquisition take... Okay, combo piece. Interesting. Thought they would take the Seer. Sure. This main phase, so I can't get stubbed. I held up the Bird in case I got into a Scooze. I could use that mana for Scooze or for Seer. Either way I was safe. Now I just need the top deck a Vizier, and then I win. Take 4. Go to 12. So if I get Eternal Witness, I can buy back Company, but I can't recast it right away. I don't mind slow playing. That's fine. I could also just grab Duskwatch and then just have extra combo pieces. I actually kind of like that. I can play that right now. And I have Eternal Witness as a blocker. Yeah, I think this is the correct play. This way I have a fair lethal board state. I can also draw cards off Duskwatch, and if I happen to top deck Vizier, I don't just win with infinite life, I also win with infinite damage. Not being, if I was able to cast a Coco that turn, I would have grabbed the Coco instead, but being 1 mana shy, I think this is the correct play with my opponent at a lower life. One, two, three, four, five, 6 mana. I think I do want to dig 3 deep. Perfect. If they don't have a removal spell, I just won. If they don't have a removal spell, I win anyway, just with damage, but... Sure. So against Grixis Death Shadow, as with any interactive deck, Court of Calling gets a lot worse when I do not have a board state. I also like trimming a little bit on the mana dorks. Actually, I think I'll trim a bird. I think Exalted's more important than the black mana. I also want to trim a couple combo pieces. Maybe a Vizier and a Druid. And then I will bring in removal spells. I can bring in Sin Collectors, a nice little 2-for-1. Night of Autumn is also at least 1. I sometimes like more again for Grafdigger's Cage. And then I can bring in Tracker and Gideon and Scavenging Ooze. So you can see that's more cards than I need. Some cards I probably don't want. If I'm trimming on the combo a little bit, I think I'll actually just entirely trim the Ballista combo. So my plan will be infinite life over infinite damage, which I have to remember that I do not have access to Ballista. Although Ballista is really good just on its own against Death Shadow as a way to punch some damage through. No, I'm going to stick with this plan. Gideon is interesting. I don't know how good he is. I would like to test him. I have yet to cast him in a match so far. I think I'll do that. So before I used to run 2 Tireless Trackers, and I cut one for the Gideon. I think this is too slow. This is much better. Sure. Now, so I cut a Tireless Tracker. I used to run 2. I cut one for the Gideon. In this matchup, Tireless Tracker is actually better because he cannot be stubbed. But I think Gideon, if I do manage to resolve him, will just take over the game. I'm also not sure if my opponent's even going to keep stub against me. I know that does stop a lot of my cards, so they probably will. But they really need to handle my creatures more so than my instant speed threats. Okay. So, Serum Visions, put 2 on top. Don't really like that. I've seen some guides for how to play this deck is don't play Vizier until you have the combo. Again, I don't like that. This is not a combo deck. This is a mid-range deck that has a combo. Almost all these cards are good on their own. The only one that really isn't would be Vizier Remedies. I'm actually okay with that. Only because I have Tracker in hand. Now it's bad. They could just take the Eternal Witness. Eternal Witness is probably a better long-term plan anyway. And if they take the Tracker, then I'm playing E-Witness anyway. Okay. Two mana up, probably a removal spell. Sure. There's no reason not to loop Eternal Witnesses here. I wouldn't be surprised if they have Surgical. I considered right there sacrificing Eternal Witness to get one more Scry. I'm glad I did not. Next turn, my plan is to Tireless Tracker, fetch a land, and path whatever threat they have. So even though I do not have an infinite damage combo, I still have sheer value, which I'm forcing them to go through. Eternal Witness may be a small creature, but with the amount of damage they do to themselves, a 2/1 is still pretty deadly. I'm already forcing them to not shock themselves with their Watery Grave, because I'm functionally doing that for them. Opponent does not have any creatures. Here's a Kulgan's Command on Tracker. Or Dismember, I'm wrong. Sure, it's even better. Opponent's at 5. A lot of my threats also get around Fatal Push, which is pretty neat. Save the swamp to draw the extra clue. I don't really need the extra mana right now. I'm holding up that one white source for path anyway. It's possible I should have grabbed the Viscerous here and played it just so I had 5 power to kill them, but I mean, they have so many cards in hand and no creatures, they're gonna have removal spells here. If they drop a creature, I'll path it. If not, I'm going to crack a clue. Got it. Alright, Grixis Death Shadow's fallen. 4-0. I'll see you in round 5.